It's crazy, bro. Right now I'm paying $2,600 a month for my rent. You know what I mean? And that ain't no bills included. You know what I mean? Like, this is really, 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 really hard. My wife's about to be pregnant. She's due in about next week. And it is extremely difficult.
We spent all day asking Floridians to describe the state of the economy in just one word. The reviews are in. They're brutal. If you could pick one word to describe the state of today's economy, what would that word be?
A tragedy. Sad. Disappointing.
It's not the way it used to be. I don't know, man. It's like survival right now. Everybody on survival mood right now.
Desolate, yeah. It's bad.
Now, while some of President Trump's most ardent supporters say that they're willing to put up with these crazy high prices and are in support of this war in Iran,
we voted for him to be, like we say in Spanish, somebody with cojones, you know what I'm saying, with some balls to get in there and be daddy. Take the belt, put everything in action, because now you can see that we are respected across the world again, right?
most of the people we spoke to say they wish President Trump was focusing on issues back here at home as they struggle to make ends meet.
I struggle every day, and now I'm taking care of my mom who's older, being denied simple things like breathing meds. So gas, what are you going to do? So I don't eat this week because I have to take mom to the doctor's tomorrow. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people in the same situation, homeless, no place to go, no shelters, no food.
Your kids will never be able to go to college, but at least the billionaires get tax cuts.
Let's go!
Billionaires! Billionaires!
Ma'am, stop.
They can't
Store
just
called
take
it
my
in.
food away. We got kids. EBT's gone. What are we supposed to do? Starve? Don't be surprised when we start taking it. People gotta eat.
Let me ask you something simple. When did buying groceries become a financial decision that requires planning? When did filling up your gas tank become something that keeps you up at night? When did the question of whether you can afford to keep your lights on become something that actual working Americans with actual jobs have to sit down and calculate every single month? Because somewhere between the rallies and the promises and the hats and the chants, it all started costing more. And today we are going to talk about exactly how expensive Trump's America has become for the people who were supposed to benefit from it the most.
I voted for him for lower grocery prices. He promised me cheaper prices on groceries. And that has not happened. Not only has that not happened, I am getting my food stamps taken. I am getting my cash assistance taken. I am getting my Section 8 taken. I am getting all my welfare governments taken. I did not ask for this. I would not have voted for him if I knew this was going to happen.
Somebody to tell me they're lying on me right now because what the you mean that I'm not gonna get my benefits? What the you mean? Because what the happened? Do you understand that there are people like me who cannot work? Do you understand there are people like me who have kids who cannot eat? Do you understand there are people like me who go hungry the last week of the month just so my kids can't eat? Because SNAP benefits is all we get? I need somebody to please fucking tell me he's lying. I can't.
Sad day in America when all we can afford is some ground beef. Work 40 hours all week and can't even afford a steak. Something going on. Come on now, Trump. Help us out.
Oh, hey there, bud. I almost missed you. Couldn't hear you over the sound of me munching on my steak. Yeah, it seems kind of interesting. It looks like you're asking for socialism. You're reaching out to the government to help you because you don't have steak money. You only have ground beef money. But you know what? Maybe you should try something. I have a strategy. Why don't you try pulling yourself up by your bootstraps? I think that might help you because isn't that what MAGA has said forever is get off the government tee, pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Like, why don't you, sir, just work harder? Why don't you just work more? Why don't you work harder? Because I guarantee, according to your logic, if you work harder, you too will be able to have steak money and not rely on just eating ground beef. But is that not possible? I bet if I ask you, you'd say you already work hard enough. I bet you'd actually say something along the lines of, I worked my ass off. Well, that's because that's what this country is. So many people are struggling right now to make ends meet. And it doesn't matter how hard they're working. It doesn't matter if they have one job or two or a side hustle or whatever the case may be. People are struggling to have the stake money. That is the point. But you cannot tell me in one breath, socialism is bad, don't go to the government, pull yourself out by the bootstraps, and then come on this app and say, Daddy Trump, will you please help me? Will you please help me? I work so hard. I'm so hungry. I want some steak money. And that's not how it works. Maybe find those bootstraps and work a little harder at pulling yourself up by them.
Prices now for energy, but for gasoline are really low. Electricity's coming down. And when that comes down, everything comes down. But the word affordability is a Democrat scam. They say it, and then they go on to the next subject. And
I am the affordability president. So he's the affordability president, but also affordability is a scam? So is he saying he's a scam? Might be the most truthful statement he's ever made. Only in MAGA America can Trump say, I am the affordability president. And MAGA says, yes, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. You saved us. And a day or two later, he says, affordability is a Democrat scam. And MAGA says, yeah, it is. Fuck them Democrats. We might not be making America great or healthy, but at least all of our necks are getting stronger from the constant whiplash. Energy is down, gas is down, food is down. I've lowered drug prices 900%. But if that seems like it ain't real, that's because affordability is a Democrat scam. I've lowered the cost of everything. But if you still can't afford anything, it's because affordability is a Democrat scam. I promised lower prices on day one. And the reason that hasn't happened is because affordability is a Democrat scam. But actually, I have lowered prices on everything. You just can't afford anything still because affordability is a Democrat scam. Only in MAGA America can inflation be 3% on Trump's first day in office, and inflation is still at 3%. And Trump says he's eliminated inflation, but the reason why it doesn't seem that way is because affordability is a Democrat scam. I've done everything I've said I was going to do. I've made everything better. But the reason why things don't seem better and seem worse in some areas is because it's all a Democrat scam. You're welcome. Net gonna be strong as hell.
I am the affordability president. Also, affordability is a Democrat scam. Both of those statements came out of the same mouth within 48 hours of each other, and MAGA nodded along to both of them without their heads exploding, and I genuinely do not know how that is physically possible. And this guy broke it down perfectly. I have lowered prices on everything, but if you still can't afford anything, that's because affordability is a Democrat scam. I promised lower prices on day one. The reason that hasn't happened is because affordability is a Democrat scam. Energy is down, gas is down, food is down. But if none of that seems true at the pump or the grocery store or the utility bill, that's because affordability is a Democrat scam. In my opinion, this is actually the most sophisticated gaslighting operation ever run on a voting right population in modern American history.
Hold on, what did you just say about Trump?
I said, Trump's a fucking liar. Inflation's going up. Gas prices hasn't really come down that much. Eggs? That's the funny one. The eggs. I'm mad. And I'm a MAGA man. Okay? I don't see anything he's done.
So is it safe to say that the illusion has faded?
I think it has, yes. I was for him because, everything he said. He played right into my hands. He just told us everything we wanted to hear. That's what he did. I can't even stand to look at him because, he's just he's a con. He's a flat ass, nothing but a fucking con. They all the right side, they say, oh yeah, the Biden side was so bad. Well, what's so good about the right side? He brags about doing something with our economy, but I haven't seen anything happen yet. That big beautiful bill is going to add, they say $2.5 trillion. It's going to add about $4 trillion to the debt. The big beautiful bill. Oh, what a joke. Remember what happened in the 80s? with trickle-down economics. Yeah, the filthy rich got richer, and us guys that worked for a living paid more taxes.
Point, the groceries are just laughable. I'm so like offended by the prices that I'm actually have to laugh to keep from crying. This is what I bought for myself, not even my wife, just for me the next 2 days to eat because I want to eat healthy before the holidays. I got some grass-fed ground beef, some turkey deli meat, some lettuce, cheese, tuna, carrot sticks, blueberries, almond butter, coffee, and I got a case of water under there, which is like $4. Do you have a guess on what this is? $86.77. How? This is for 2 days. Now, the berries and the almond butter and coffee are going to last me probably a week. So let's say $70 every 2 days. Just for me. That'd be $1,000 if I want to eat this healthy for the entire month, not including my wife. And what about all of you out there with kids? And of course, every few days I get the paper towels, the grocery bags, you know, bars of soap, and that is going to add up.
Did you guys see that woman talking about her father getting kicked out of the nursing home? Well, apparently the nursing homes are kicking out their Medicare patients. And she was like, why would they do that? And everyone in the comments was like, honey, this is what you voted for. This is Medicare cuts. This is the big, beautiful bill. And she was like, no, that's not it. Yes, it is. I work in skilled nursing. 90% of the residents that are in there, they are Medicare patients. These buildings stay open because of Medicare. They will close down. They will not care for your aging parents and grandparents for free. They will send them home to you. You will have to quit your job and stay home and take care of them. That means you're going to have to be the caregiver for your father, your husband, your kids. You're going to have to quit your job. You're going to do all this on half the income for your household. This economy is going to suffer greatly when these places start closing down. This is one of the reasons, this is the main reason why I did not want to rely on the U.S. for my income while I'm living abroad. The economy here is bound to crash. When you cut Medicare like that and these places close, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. The dollar is going to suffer. There is no forethought with these people. They have no idea what is happening. Did you guys see that woman talking about her father getting kicked out of the nursing home? Well, apparently the nursing homes are kicking out their Medicare patients. And she was like, why would they do that? And everyone in the comments was like, honey, this is what you voted for. This is Medicare cuts. This is the big, beautiful bill. And she was like, no, that's not it. Yes, it is. I work in skilled nursing. 90% of the residents that are in there, they are Medicare patients. These buildings stay open because of Medicare. They will close down. They will not care for your aging parents and grandparents for free. They will send them home to you. You will have to quit your job and stay home and take care of them. That means you're going to have to be the caregiver for your father, your husband, your kids. You're going to have to quit your job. You're going to do all this on half the income for your household. This economy is going to suffer greatly when these places start closing down. This is one of the reasons, this is the main reason why I did not want to rely on the U.S. for my income while I'm living abroad. The economy here is bound to crash. When you cut Medicare like that and these places close, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. The dollar is going to suffer. There is no forethought with these people. They have no idea what is happening.
A woman's father just got kicked out of his nursing home, and she went to the comments asking why would they do that, and the comments told her, honey, this is what you voted for. And she said, no, that's not it. Yes, it is. And the person who works in skilled nursing just explained the entire chain reaction in about 30 seconds flat. 90% of nursing home residents are on Medicare. The building stays open because Medicare pays for those residents. You cut Medicare reimbursements, the building can no longer afford to operate. The building closes. And your aging parent who needed 24-hour skilled nursing care because of dementia or a stroke or a broken hip or any of the 100 things that put elderly people in nursing homes get sent home to you, not to a hospital, not to another facility, to you.
Hi, I'm here to redeem my Make America Great Again card. I voted for Trump. Here. Okay. What do you got? All right. Here you go. Okay, this just says you get polio. Oh, you know what? That's the wrong card. You know, it's a mess back here. I can't keep anything straight. You know what? Let me find the right card. Okay, hold on. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. It's no problem. Okay, this one says your groceries are more expensive, your social security's gone, and you have polio. Well, you get what you vote for.
Only 31% of Americans approve of Trump's handling of the economy, so that's a record low. His MAGA base is starting to turn on him. Over a third of them say this is the worst affordability they ever remember in their lifetimes.
Oh, whoa, that's like crazy.
On food, Americans are paying 2.7% more for food at the grocery store this year compared to last year. Beef, especially, is up at 17%. And this I thought was insane. Grocery bills overall have climbed almost 50% since 2020.
Wow.
So we're paying half again more in 5 years.
That's like why people aren't down to hear him say the economy is great. It's because we feel it at the grocery store every single day when we go.
On jobs, the unemployment rate just rose to a 4-year high. Housing, mortgage rates have dropped this year, but housing still remains so out of touch. For most people, you have to make $130,000 a year to afford the typical home in the U.S. We will give Trump a little win on gas prices because gas has dropped to $3 a gallon, but other energy costs are up. So electricity rose more than 10% this year. And this was sad. Nearly 1 in 20 U.S. households are seriously behind on their utility bills.
Right about people feeling it. You know, when we talked about this interview happening, we had people reach out from around the country. Regina Foley messaged me, and she says she is retired in Greensboro, North Carolina. She is a registered Republican all her life. She voted for you 3 different times, but she is not happy about how her prices have not come down that she sees. And she said this, quote, "I want the Republicans to keep control of Congress in 2026, but something has to be done fast. I don't see the best economy right now. Wall Street numbers do not reflect my Main Street money. Please do something, President Trump." So I guess what do you say to Regina and people like her?
Well, I do say this. Beef we have to get down. I think of groceries. You know, it's an old-fashioned word, but it's a beautiful word. Beef we have to get down, but we've got prices way down. And think of this. Energy. She drives a car, probably, and her energy prices are way down. And energy is so all-encompassing. It's so big that when energy goes down, everything comes down. Everything follows it. And I have energy down to 5-6-year lows now.
You think prices are coming down from this?
I believe that. Yeah, I think they're coming down, but I think they're down already. I think the biggest problem is Republicans don't talk about it. They don't talk about the word affordability, and the Democrats lie about it. Look, when I took over, and I said this, inflation was so bad under Biden. Remember, he had the Inflation Reduction Act. It was
9%. Yeah.
It was a scam. And he tried to lower inflation, but he caused the inflation, and he tried to lower the inflation. He took over my economy where inflation was at 1%, which is perfect, 1%. He drove it 9 or 10 times higher than that in a short period of time. When I took over, it was a mess. I have inflation way down. I have it down to a normal number right now, lower than a normal number, in my opinion, I think. So I do say to her, first of all, I love her because she voted for me 3 times. And I think she'd vote for me again if I had that opportunity.
Regina is a lifelong Republican who voted for Trump 3 times, and she went on national television to say Wall Street numbers do not reflect my Main Street money. Please do something. And Trump looked her dead in the eye and said, beef. We have to get beef down. And I think prices are down already, and energy is at 5-6-year lows. And the biggest problem is Republicans don't talk about affordability enough. So Regina is not asking about energy indexes and Wall Street metrics and macroeconomic indicators. Regina is asking why her grocery bill is destroying her fixed retirement income every single month. And your answer is, I think prices are down already. Like, your opinion about what Regina's grocery bill feels like is somehow more accurate than Regina's actual grocery bill that she actually paid with her actual money this actual week. And then he did the thing he always does, which is pivot immediately to Biden, because apparently Biden is still responsible for everything that is happening.
We see Trump rolled back 2 Biden-era things that kept banks from overcharging you out the ass. Good job, MAGA fucking morons. costing us money every day with your fucking stupidity.
This coffee right here at Costco has more than doubled in price in the last 6 months.
I know firsthand because I've been buying this coffee for the last 5 years. Super depressing because I actually love that coffee. It's like the best dark roast they had here, and it was such a good deal for the longest time at $9.99.
These same mixed nuts right here, I was buying a few months ago for $12.99.
We're talking about 50 to 100% price increases on these items. You guys probably know my two favorite things from Costco are the coffee and the nuts, so this is hitting me hard.
So many imported products like the oil they have here, the rice they have down there,
are seeing astronomical increases in price because of these tariffs. It's specifically because of these tariffs, because I've tracked these prices for a long time, and a lot of these prices at Costco are still going down. Now, Brazil produces more coffee than any other country in the world, and they just got hit on Wednesday with 50% tariffs, and Trump says they might even go higher. For most items here at the grocery store, even ones that are imported like bananas or cocoa or something like that, the price increases have seemed negligible. And the sad part is, even if the tariffs went away tonight, I bet the prices would not go down. Now, what are you guys seeing the biggest price increases on?
Well, the big beautiful bill just passed. Thank you, God. This country was getting way too fucking free. At least now the federal government can monitor and survey every single thing I do with AI and facial recognition and drones. Do you know how hard life has been without that? At least public funding is getting cut and healthcare is going to get streamlined, which means less coverage than there already is. At least poor people will die faster because they can't afford healthcare. At least schools will finally be safer. No, not from guns. Those are still allowed in there, but at least they won't have to talk about diversity or black people anymore. At least asylum seekers will finally get fast-tracked to deportation. Yeah, bro, this is the safest country on earth, but only if you're born here. At least when my health problems are misdiagnosed, I can blame it on a computer rather than a person. At least rich people finally get to be richer. Oh my God, do you know how hard they've had it? At least the federal government has way more power than ever before because who the fuck wants to be free anyways? And finally, half the American workforce will finally be replaced by AI. Thank you, God. Who needs a living wage? What a beautiful country. Who would want to live here?
I live in a super rural area in Illinois, and recently our local newspapers have started posting about hospital closures and how Medicaid and Medicare funds our hospitals and our nursing homes, and how there's a lot of fear surrounding Medicaid and Medicare cuts and possible job loss, possible department closures. And there are like about 100 MAGA in each post, and they're just like, show me the data. I want to see the numbers. Show me the financials. Like, they'll understand it. It's just so comical to me. They are telling you, we have already closed our OB department. We have already closed this clinic and that clinic. People are already driving an hour to an hour and a half for healthcare, especially women's healthcare or mental health. People are still in disbelief, like the newspapers, oh, you're just a liberal newspaper. Look at you, you've gone woke. It's not woke in a bad way to understand how these cuts and these policies impact us, especially in rural areas. Like, you have to wake up and face reality at some point that you voted for this, and now you're going to be impacted. Your neighbors, your friends, your family, we're all going to be affected by this. It's your fault. You have to open your eyes and realize that. You can't just live in denial. They're telling you they're going to close. When they close, are you still going to be in denial? No, you're going to blame it on Democrats somehow.
She said, when they close, are you still going to be in denial? And the answer is yes, they absolutely will be. And she already knows it, which is why she asked the question that way. Because that is exactly what happens every single time. The hospital posts that the OB department is closing, and 100 MAGA commenters say, show me the data, show me the financials. Like, the hospital announcing its own closure is somehow not data. Like, the people who work there and are about to lose their jobs are not the financials. Like, driving an hour and a half to deliver your baby is not a number that counts. And the local newspaper is a liberal newspaper now. The hospital board is woke now. The doctors explaining that Medicaid cuts are closing, their departments are part of the deep state now. Reality itself is a Democrat scam.
Let's see how expensive a lunch break at President Donald Trump's restaurant is in New York City. Mr. President. We got the MAGA burger for lunch. Trump Grill. First we park the car. $21 is not bad for the whole day. We going to the Trump Tower, baby. Thank you so much, appreciate it. It's really gorgeous inside. MAGA burger? Thank you so much, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's start with Ivanka's salad. Just gonna, I think I know who made this. Is the meat halal or no?
No.
No, right? Halal.
But it is Pat LaFrieda's meat. Pat LaFrieda is the
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah. The meat is good, high quality. Just gonna, Oh my God. I have good news. They're still here. Only an immigrant can cook this good. I'm gonna rank this with the previous burger spots that I went to. Peter Luger, number 1. Second, I would say Red Hook Tavern. Third, Al Shabal. Fourth, this place, 8.1 burger. And so far, lastly, I saw bacon's 50. So time for the check.
53.34.
25%.
Really appreciate it.
This is the total right here. $12 tip, $65. That's a review. Peace.
I didn't care how things were affecting others until it affected me. Am I proud of that? No. We live in a very cruel world, and sometimes the only way to survive is by being selfish. We are all just out here trying to survive as best we can. And although we may have good intentions and we may be empathetic and we may be compassionate, we will always put ourselves first because we have to survive. And if that means making a mistake in my vote or maybe putting my trust in the wrong person like I did, then that's what it means. I will always put the betterment of my family and vote in ways that I think will help my family above anyone else.
Here's the problem with voting for your self-interest. I understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. When you're on the bottom and none of your needs are fulfilled, you can only think of yourself. But here's the problem with that, is you voted for your self-interest. So did everybody else in the Republican Party. Think about that for a minute. You voted for your self-interest, but you don't have anything. Like, you don't have anything. Like, that's what it is. But other people, rich people, they have a lot. So of course they're gonna vote for their self-interest because they have something. You don't. You need the tribe, right? The socialized healthcare, the socialized dental care, schools, firefighters, police officers, all socialized systems. Is it clicking yet? You voted against the tribe, you know? Humans didn't make it on their own. We always existed in a tribe, taking care of each other. You could only take care of yourself if you have something, and you don't have shit.
People aren't spending any money anymore. They just don't have it. Do you have it? Do you have the money to go out right now and take a vacation? Because I don't have it. A lot of people don't have it anymore. Disneyland numbers are down. All the airlines, their numbers are plummeting right now. A lot of the airlines are in serious trouble right now. But the money's just not there. I'm sitting in front of a restaurant right now that usually has a waiting line that you have to go into. 6 months ago, you had to wait to get in there. Now, I can walk right up to the counter, order my food, sit down, couple minutes. The people just don't have extra expendable money. You go to the grocery store, you're going to spend $200 for 3 people. Who spends less than $100 in a week? Do you spend less than $100 a week? Please like, share, and repost this, but the money's just not there anymore. Return on investment to go to work, just not there anymore. The only people that are spending the big money inside the grocery store are the people with the cards. And I ain't got one. Do you got one?
He is sitting in front of a restaurant that 6 months ago had a waiting line, and now he can walk straight up to the counter and order immediately. And I want everybody to understand what that actually means economically, because empty restaurants are not just a vibe, they are a warning signal. When people stop eating out, it means the disposable income that was already stretched to its absolute limit has finally snapped completely. It means the $200 grocery bill already happened, and the utility bill already happened, and the gas already happened, and after all of that, there is simply nothing left for a sit-down meal at a place that used to have a line out. The door. And Disneyland, numbers down. Airlines in serious trouble. Restaurants empty. These are not random, unconnected data points. These are all the same story told from different angles. The American consumer, who drives 70% of the entire economy, has run out of money simultaneously across every single discretionary spending category at the same time.
Okay, what the fuck is going on with food right now? This is literally 93.7. It's all organic or whatever, all grass-fed for $10.49 a fucking pound. That's ridiculous. Even down here for $85.15, it's more. It's $11.50. You know that's organic or whatever. It's still, you have 96.4 for $8 a fucking pound. What the fuck's going on?
Hey, what's up, America? Do you still support Donald Trump? Because there seems to be one sticking point with the American people. Several new polls have come out just in the last couple of days asking Americans what the #1 problem in their lives are here in the United States since Donald Trump has taken over. And the number one issue across all polling is the cost of living here in the United States. By far, cost of living is the most important aspect to the American people. Even immigration was half as important as cost of living and inflation. Same thing with crime, same thing with foreign policy. All of it was much lower than cost of living and affordability. That is the number one issue that Americans are concerned about above every other aspect, regardless of what it is. Immigration, crime, foreign policy, abortion, none of it means shit. Americans only give a fuck about one thing. Are the costs coming down? Is the value of my dollar worth it? And am I getting more money? So far, prices have not come down. The value of the dollar decreases and wages are virtually stagnant. This means that the American people will not just blindly follow MAGA at this point ever again. Not until affordability and cost of living is addressed here in the United States. And it's going to be the same with Democrats when you win the midterm elections, because you're not interested in tackling affordability or cost of living. You're just going to go after Donald Trump, impeach him, and make a 2-year fucking rigmarole, not helping anybody. So I urge all of you to not vote for Democrats or Republicans and vote for somebody that's concerned with cost of living. Even if it's a third party, the Democrats and Republicans do not deserve your vote.
I voted for Trump and I'm sorry. I am uneducated. I grew up in public school system. I believed anything a teacher and a principal told me, and I didn't question it, and I walked in a straight line, and I didn't use critical thinking skills, okay? I didn't read Project 2025. I have a disabled child. I'm a single mom of 3. I believed what he said in his campaigns, and I fucked up, and I'm sorry, okay? Now, we're wanting accountability across the board. It starts with the people like me that made a mistake. I'm admitting it. The first step to progressing in anything is admitting that there is a problem. There was a problem in my judgment. I did not do my due diligence in my research, and I voted in a system that I had not enough awareness and knowledge of until shit started hitting the fan. So if you come for me in the comments and you start all of this hatred, because what we have right now are the people that voted for Trump and that are hiding and that they don't agree, like me, like I was until I'm making this video right now. And then we have the people that didn't vote, and then we have the people that voted for someone else, okay? And then most of all, what we have are citizens of the United States, we the people, complaining that this administration needs to take accountability. We start by leading by example.
So here is what today actually showed us when you strip away all the noise and just look at what is happening to real people in real communities across this country right now. A woman who voted for Trump 3 times went on national television and begged him to do something about prices and got beef. We have to get beef down as a response. A man sat in front of an empty restaurant that 6 months ago had a line out the door and said the money is just not there anymore. A rural Illinois community is watching its hospital close departments one by one, while 100 MAGA commenters ask for the data like the closed OB wing is not the data. A woman is lying awake every night, running energy crisis scenarios in her head, carrying fear she never imagined would be part of her normal life 2 years ago. And through all of it, the same answer from the same people who caused all of it. Affordability is a Democrat scam. Biden did it. Energy is down. Prices are already down. I think they're down. I love her because she voted for me 3 times. And here is the thing I keep coming back to personally. These people are not asking for much. They are not asking to be rich. They are not asking for luxury. They are asking to afford groceries and keep their hospital open and not lie awake at night wondering if they need to stock rice and beans to survive the summer. That is the baseline. That is the floor. And Trump just cut the floor out from under them and called it fiscal responsibility. 2026 is the only answer that actually matters now. Show up like your grocery bill depends on it. Because it does.